Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my first ever street vlog. Alright, I've been known to be doing podcasts and always sitting indoors. Alright, but today I thought of taking a health walk, and do this street vlog for you guys. Initially, the plan was to like I said, was to actually go to the park, you see. So maybe I should flip the camera just for you to see the park. All right. So this park is actually a very big park called Park Henry Cellier or something. Yeah, if I'm pronouncing it right. In the suburbs of Paris. Actually, I live in the suburbs of Paris, and the initial plan today was to actually come to this particular park as early as possible, let's say during the day, and then come and do some gymnastics, and then video that for you guys to see, But it so happened that, I had other things going on, and for a very long time, I've not been using my Rottweiler's go-to, mic. So I needed to do some settings, update the software within the Rod Central app, and many other things. And because for those of you who are old subscribers, you might have seen me always recording, doing my podcasting with the Shure mic, USB mic, dynamic mic, right? But this, type of mic that I'm using at the moment, which is the Rottweiler's go-to mic, is adapted for street vlogs like this, all right? So, but since I've not been using it for quite a long time, like I said, I had a lot of updates to do, and that is what was actually keeping me. So I still decided to do it anyway, I spent a lot of time trying to actually do the settings and get everything right. And every weekend I have to do cleaning, right, and many other things. So by the time I finished, it was, the night has already fallen, and unfortunately I'll not be able to do my gymnastics and then video that for you to see. But I still thought of at least taking a health walk, So this is the park. It's a very big park, with, I wish tomorrow if I get some free time, I'll definitely come back to the park, Park Henry Cellier in the suburbs of Paris. If I have time tomorrow, like I promised, I'll still make sure I come back and come and video this particular park and do some gymnastics for you to see, you see. But what is the essence of all these stories that I'm narrating to you? I'm just trying to tell you that, and to motivate you guys to always embark on some form of exercise, You need to always do some form of exercise, as this keeps you fit. This keeps you fit. It's good for your mental, physical, and even spiritual health. All right. In addition to getting good biceps like mine, anyway, they are still coming. All right. But in addition to getting in shape and form, and being fit and being loved by the girls, and or being loved by the boys, in case you are a girl watching me, in addition to all those physical good benefits that you'd get, it keeps your cortisol levels controlled and checked, all right, reduce anxiety, and keeps you fit, It's so good for your spiritual and mental health, as I said. So always make sure that you do some form of exercise, all right? We can always draw inspiration from, let's say, our Asian ways of living. So if we look back, how were the Kikuyu, if I'm pronouncing it right, or even let's say is it Hadzabe or whatever tribes of Tanzania, for instance, how they live, you realize that they've always had a very active life. So, for instance, the men would go hunting, whilst the women would probably stay at home to do all the chores, and go and hunt, go and dig wild potatoes, for instance, while the men go to hunt and look for honey. And, so they have always, man was not built to just be stagnant and without exercising. And let's say, for instance, just getting up and going to work, taking the bus or the train or whatever without exercising and just having a very stagnant lifestyle. We were not built for that. You see, and one good thing about human evolution is that we've always found replacement for almost everything, you see. So, for instance, today we cannot go to the, let's say, we no longer need to do hunting and gathering, all right? We've had the agricultural revolution, and thanks to the agricultural revolution, today we are able to grow food, and we no longer need to really, let's say, do hunting and gathering as we used to, right? That is very true. But we cannot also say, because today we no longer have to do hunting and gathering, then we just have to live a very stagnant life. So, like I was saying, one good thing I like about human evolution is that we've always found replacement for everything, that we used to do, during our indigenous ways of living, all right? You see, we used to, let's say, like as I was using an example, for instance, the Kikuyu tribe and the Hadzabe tribe, for instance, or even the Maasai of Kenya, who still live, our indigenous ways of life. Though those in the urban areas, we no longer have to do hunting and gathering like the Maasai or even the Hadzabe tribe might do. One good thing about human evolution is that we've always found replacement for all those things, all right? So today, what do we do? Some of the replacement that we found for ourselves include, going to the gym, all right? Indulging in any kind of sporting activity, running, all right? Any kind of fitness, going to the fitness park just as I wanted to do, but unfortunately the park has already closed. But at least I'm doing some health work, So that is one good thing about human evolution, is that we've always found replacement for all these things, And of course, like I repeat, we no longer have to do hunting and gathering. We no longer have to chase animals around in the bush, all right? We no longer have to, we used to do those things, naturally, just as a way to survive, because we needed food. Today, we no longer have to do that because, like I said, we've had the agricultural revolution, and we grow food, and we no longer have to look for wild food and wild meat and all of that. You see, so since our ways of living have now changed to a more stagnant life, you need to do more exercise. You can no longer run like the Maasai guy. You can no longer run like the Kikuyu or the Hadzabe tribe. You see, you can no longer do that. You are not in the village, maybe doing some form of subsistence farming, where you say you are always busy and active. You are no longer doing any of this. So for that reason, you need to actually indulge in a physical activity. Every weekend and every evening, at least try to take a health walk. If you cannot run, if you can run, then you do some jogging. If you cannot jog, you go to the gym. If you cannot go to the gym, then at least you do what? You take a health walk, Health walking is actually also very, very efficient, If you just walk for quite a long distance, and you will be fine, You yourself, you get to love yourself and, expose yourself to the sun, right? and get your vitamin D checked. Don't always be indoors, regardless of the kind of work that you are doing. Always find time and expose yourself to to the sun, you know, and get healthy and strong. You see, because I repeat, man was not built to live a stagnant life. All right. So, and actually drew inspiration from, let's say, watching documentaries about the Hadzabe tribe of Tanzania, how they actually hunt, you know, the tribe that speak. I find it hard. I actually wish I have to travel there one day and learn, right, how to speak those indigenous languages. Because in Africa we have like a lot of languages, different languages. For instance, I'm from Ghana, and we have over 100 different languages, you know, and different tribes, but we are all one people, and we're all black people, you know. But that is how it is. All right, I think right here I have better light. Maybe I would stay here more to record the rest of the video, all right? But I'm still, I couldn't enter, like I told you guys, the park is already locked. It's late, I should have come earlier, you know, but I try to keep my obligation, you know. And this is to also inspire you guys that you should also try to keep your obligations, you know, never give excuses, you know. That's what I'm saying, try to exercise. If you cannot run, then you make sure you walk. If you cannot walk, then at least you make sure I don't know what you could do, you know, go to the gym, you know. If you cannot go to the gym, walk. If you cannot, or run, if you cannot run, then you walk, do something, do some form of sport, all right? Try to make it an obligation and stay disciplined. That is very, very important, you know. If it's because without discipline in life, you can never achieve your goals, right? You need to have the muscle, right? I used to be more fit, but the street lights have been turned on, you know. I used to be more fit, but at some point in time, you know, I was busy with studies. You know, and everything. I don't drink, I don't smoke. You know, you could drink moderately and responsibly, but I don't drink or smoke or do any of that, you see. But I stopped exercising, you see, and that has, though, like I said, I've always maintained a good and healthy life in terms of my nutrition and everything. But the fact that I stopped exercising, I started feeling that, you know, I started losing my muscle weight and thickness. And sometimes I would just be feeling, you know, sometimes you know the feeling, you are not sick, but you are almost sick. You're not just fit, you yourself, you know how it is. So I started seeing the need to, even if I'll not go to the gym, but at least I need to always, you know, walk, you know, and run, come to the fitness park. Lucky enough, I stay just nearby the park, you see. So you have to also indulge in such activities, and you have to be disciplined, you know. What I've started, I'm never going to go back to those days where I would just, right from work, go back home and having that stagnant life. You know, once you hit 30s, if you're not careful, you start to have health issues. So you need to really exercise. It's very, very, very important. And it's not just limited to exercise. You need to be disciplined, and you need to be consistent. And if you want to succeed in life in general, consistent in all activities that you do, right? You need to be consistent. If you want to see the streets, let me flip the camera again, so just to show you the street, all right? But you need to really, really be consistent. It's very, very good. And that is the key to, you know, your success in life in general, because if you're not consistent, then you can't make it. If you're not disciplined, you can't make it. So you need to be disciplined, you need to be consistent, and you don't have to stop, right? You just have to always make sure that when you plan to do something, just like today, I had planned to come to the fitness park as early as possible. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't come to the park early. But I had to at least you know, take a health walk. If I cannot come to the park and do my gymnastics, I can't just say, you know what, unfortunately I can't come to the park, so, you know, I will just call it up. No, I have to make sure that I'm consistent. I have to make sure that if I cannot come and jog around the park and do some gymnastics and fitness, you know, it's actually a fitness park. If I cannot do any of these, then at least I have to make sure that I do my health walk. And that is exactly what I'm doing. You see, so please stay consistent, and you know, that is the key to succeeding. That is the key to having a successful, a happy, and a prosperous life. On this note, I think I would end, you know, this video here. I probably would make another video if I have the time. The night has already fallen. As you can see, the street lights are already on. But I'll have to end it here. So just please make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and let me know what you think about all that I've said. See you in the next one. Bye.